What's up, you guys? Jeremy Boom here, bringing another episode of Boom Beach. Today, I'm really excited. We're gonna do our first episode of Maxi Level Headquarter 11. And as you can see here, I am upgrading my cannon to level 7. All my other cannons are maxed out at level 7. And I also am upgrading my rocket artillery, which is really important for almost any strategy. Getting out those key defensive buildings is very important. And I do have a lot to get through on my base before I can move on to the next level. I have my gunboat, which is going to take a lot of energy. I have all my landing crafts, which is going to be quite a while. And I have all my other abilities such as stone storage, my sniper towers, my machine gun, my mortar, one of my flamethrowers, my gold storage. So I have a lot to get through on the base, and so today I want to attack Dr. Terror's Volcano base because they give you so much resources, which would really help me to getting to upgrading those big. Upgrading those big upgrades. I don't know. I'm not sure if that made sense. But anyways, we're gonna try to take out the sniper tower and boom cannon because anything that deals a lot of damage to tanks isn't good. Especially boom cannon since they do double damage to tanks. So as we deploy our tanks onto the base, they do take 2 energy each. So you always want to keep that in mind and make sure not to use up all your energy before you deploy your tanks. The thing about tanks is that they do have the farthest range in the game, but which means that they can't be really used as a shield. But the next episode that I'll be releasing, there will be some epic gameplay. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna say it. It was really awesome gameplay. You guys are gonna like it. It's really gonna help you improve or advance in the game a lot faster if you I'm not gonna say too much, but make sure to stay tuned for that. And as we destroy the rocket launcher, because if the rocket launcher has enough time on my tanks, it can wipe them out. But I had enough energy to take out the rocket launcher. So as my tanks are destroying the headquarter, this is a fairly simple raid, and this is a victory for us. Let's just hope that this progression can continue to get us enough resources so we can make a big upgrade. As we look at Terror Stage 2, I'm going to deploy my tanks onto the base, and I see the boom cannon on the top part of the base. I do want to take it out, even though my tanks will probably be out of range, because the fact is that the boom cannon does double damage to the tank, so all it needs is one shot, and it's able to wipe out a tank, which is quite amazing, especially since they have so much health. So I took that out just to be safe, because at this level you have so much unnecessary energy. Well, not unnecessary. You have a lot of extra energy that you don't really use. So it was better to be safe than sorry. And as my tanks destroyed this sniper tower on the left, this raid will go down as we expected. So I am going to fast forward because tanks takes forever to train, forever to move, forever to shoot. They're just a really slow army composition, but in the next episode you will see how powerful they are if you know how to use it correctly. And in the next episode you will see how much resources you are be able to get without losing a tank. I'm not going to say too much. You have to stay tuned for that. But anyway, let's go on to Terror Stage 3. As we go on to Terror Stage 3, I'm going to deploy all my tanks onto the right side of the base, and hopefully they will destroy all those unprotected buildings. And I really want to take out this cannon because of the fact that it is really highly upgraded, and this is basically another boom cannon since it's so highly upgraded. I believe it's level, I'm not sure what level, I believe it's in the teens. It's a really highly upgraded cannon. I think its hit point was like 9,000 something. So yeah, not your average cannon. So I do want to take that out. And after my tanks are destroying these unprotected buildings, I'm gaining so much energy. With any strategy, you want to always destroy unprotected buildings because it gives you a big edge when you're raiding your opponent. So the rocket launchers are firing at my tanks, but it doesn't look like it's doing too much. I do want to further into the safety circle of the rocket launchers to minimize the damage they're taking, and I'm going to deploy a shock bomb to the sniper tower and the rocket launcher on the left, because for the sniper tower they are able to pick off your tanks if they have enough time. So it's better to be safe than sorry, because tanks takes like 30 plus minutes to train, which is ridiculous. So, and with this channel, we game smarter, not harder, so we don't use gems. So I try not to lose any tanks when I raid, or any troops when I raid. And so I am going to fast forward because it does take forever, and as my tanks destroy it, looks like another solid raid for us. So this is a level 24 base. I am a level 30 at the moment I was recording this gameplay. And so this I should be able to take out this base fairly easy, and I guess I did it. I executed the raid quite well. And this is Dr. Terror Stage 4. It is a level 28, so we should still be able to take it out. I do want to take out the Sniper Tower because anything that deals a lot of damage or the tanks is really bad, especially for Sniper Tower because they are able to pick off your tank and they have a really big range. So let's deploy all my tanks onto the beach. They're gonna take out these machine gun as well as some flamethrowers. For the flamethrower, tanks should be able to outshoot the flamethrower because tanks have the farthest range in the game. They have a very long range, even farther than bazookas. And I thought the bazookas had the farthest range in the game, but that's not true. The tanks have. So as you will see right now, the tanks will fire at the flamethrower, and the flamethrower can't defend itself because it has such a short range. After the flamethrower goes down, all of my tanks go for this one machine gun that doesn't do a lot of damage to the tanks. And after the machine gun goes down, they're gonna attack the flamethrower and the headquarter. And the sniper tower shouldn't be able to fire at my tanks because my tanks should be out of range. Tanks have such a far range that sometimes you don't need to take out the defensive. A lot of the defensive buildings, because most of the time the tanks will be able to outshoot the defensive buildings because it has such a far range. So it will be firing at the headquarter, and the defensive buildings can't do nothing because it's out of range. So this was another solid victory. Quite a bit of resources. We got a power stone, and power stones really do help you. As we look at the space, this space is fairly upgraded with a lot of boom mines and a lot of defenses scattered here and there. But we don't need to take out every defensive buildings. We only need to take out the key defensive buildings. So as I take out this highly upgraded sniper tower as well as a cannon there, because anything that deals a lot of damage is not good for the tank, I'm going to deploy my tanks onto the right side of the beach, destroying this mortar. And I don't want them to go to the left side because there is a sniper tower on your left side, and I don't want them to take any damage, unnecessary damage. So as my tanks destroy these unprotected or slightly protected buildings, I am getting quite a bit of energy. And once they start going to the left, I'm gonna flare them right into the safety radius of the rocket launcher. And now since most of them are in the safety circle, circle of the rocket launcher, now most of them shouldn't be fired at. And now that the tanks are in the safety circle of the rocket launcher, and after my tanks destroy the rocket launcher, now they're gonna move on to those two mortars. So I am gonna throw a barrage to try to clear out those boom mines, because boom mines do double damage to tanks, and that is really dangerous, as well as trying to lower the health of the mortar. As my tanks destroyed this mortar here, I made a big mistake. Instead of going for the sniper tower, I was hoping I would find a sweet spot where I would be able to attack the headquarters without being fired upon. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem that was working. So again, I use another flare, hopefully trying to save that tank's life. But unfortunately, that tank does die. So as you can see here, I'm struggling. I made a stupid move. Instead of trying to just go for the sniper tower and take it down, I tried to find a sweet spot, and I did lose I already did lose a tank, and hopefully I won't lose any more. But we'll just have to see as we speed up this clip. And as we speed up this clip, as you can see, one of my tanks does die. Unfortunately, it does die, and that is very sad. This is not how I planned. This is not how I planned the raid would go. I executed it poorly, but I learned my lesson. Then instead of trying to instead of finding a sweet spot, you should just take out the defensive buildings, because it will be a lot easier and your tanks will take less damage. And let's move on to Terror Stage 6 as we learn the lesson. This looks a lot harder. It's a level 35, 5 levels above me. So if we can take this down, I can die a happy man. a lot of highly upgraded defensive towers. There's a double hitter sniper tower which I really want to take out. So let's go on and let's attack this base. And as we attack the space, like I mentioned, I do want to take out the 2 sniper towers because they are a double hitter and they're fairly upgraded. Unfortunately, 3 rocket artillery won't do the job, so I'm going to deploy a barrage because it only costs 1 energy more. As I deploy the barrage, not only am I taking out the 2 sniper tower, but I'm also taking out the boom mines, which deals double damage to tanks. And then I'm going to deploy my tanks onto the beach, costing me 2 energy each and having 3 energy left. As they destroy these unprotected buildings, I'm going to flare them to the left, and hopefully they'll be inside the safety radius. Not safety radius, safety circle of the rocket launcher, trying to minimize the damage they're taking. But when there's 2 rocket launchers and 3 machine guns and another sniper tower flying at you, you're gonna lose quite a bit of health. I'm just hoping that I don't lose too much tanks. I was preparing to lose some of my tanks because of how highly upgraded the space is. And as you can see here, I already lost 1 of my tanks. It looks like I might lose another one. Let's hope I don't. And so as that machine gun is firing on my tank is taking the machine gun out, but unfortunately it did die. And now I have 3 tanks left. Hopefully I don't lose another one. One of the tanks' health is fairly low, but it seems like I'm gonna be able to take out the rocket launcher before it can take out my tanks. As I flare them to the left, trying to find a sweet spot, or a spot where they'll take they'll take the least amount of damage. And it seems like I kind of did find a sweet spot, except for the rocket launcher that's pounding on my tank. I am gonna fast forward it. Lost quite a bit of tanks. Usually I tell you not to throw a medic, but I just threw a medic there because of the fact that that's all the energy I had. That's all I could afford was the medic. You usually want to use the shock bomb instead of the medic because shock bombs are more effective with the tank strategy instead of the medic, because the medic won't do much to heal the tank's health. So as we finish this trade, we lost 2 tanks, 40% of our fleet, but it was better than I expected because this was quite a hard base, especially since it's level 35 and it's 5 levels above me. I'm pretty proud of myself of doing this with losing only 40% of my fleet. In the end, I did upgrade my gold storage to level 8 because I needed the space to be able to upgrade my warriors, and I use the warriors a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to check out my other videos. If you want to see me attacking with tanks, check out the video on the left. If you want to see me defeating Hammerman H2 level 30, check out the video on the right. Thank you for watching. This is Jeremy Boom, and don't forget to boom on.